to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up. All right, what's happening? What's happening, guys? Good morning to you. It is Thursday, May 21st, 2020. Good morning to you guys. We're going to talk this morning a little bit about momentum, how you can create it coming out of what we're going through right now. So, everybody is pretty much getting on the other side of this thing, right? You got all 50 states in some sort of, reopening. So we are going to talk about how to kind of recreate the momentum that maybe you hadn't lost, or maybe you never lost it and you just want to take it to the next level. So give me 1 second here, guys. I'm getting set up here, and we're going to get rolling. So what's happening, guys? Dayton, Chris, Jake, Jared, Mark, Carla, Mike Rosgoni. What's happening, brother? Mike Rosgoni, I'm going to call you today, man. I got to catch up on some of those things that we were talking about. So I'll give you a buzz. Guys, when it comes to life, I think everybody would agree that momentum is one of the most powerful things that we have, right? When you're in that place in your life where everything is going well, everything, you just kind of feel that unstoppable feeling like, man, this is incredible. I can't believe, this is going this well. That is a great feeling. Anytime that you have momentum, if you're watching a sporting event and your team has momentum, you feel pretty good about how things are going, right? But the question is, how do you create momentum when you may not have it or when it goes away? In a time like this, for a lot of people, that momentum is going to go away. And so we want to talk this morning. I want to talk to you guys about how I create momentum, both how I do it, how I'm doing it right now as we speak, and how I do it at any time in my life when things just aren't going quite the way that I would want them to go. Like maybe we're not performing it at a high level. Maybe, the connection with my wife and I isn't exactly where I would want it to be. In those moments, I can take these steps and kind of refocus myself and get everything back on track and literally create my own momentum so that I don't have to stay in that place, stay in that kind of slump, if you will, right? And just real quick, guys, if you could share this out, I got the ticker down there telling you to do it, but if you could share this out, again, I say this a lot, but I think this is a topic that will really help a lot of people, because I say that because a lot of the topics that I talk about, guys, come from, conversations that I have with other people. And usually it's multiple conversations that I have with people kind of mentioning the same thing. And, in this case, this is something that I've talked to a lot of people about recently. And it's something that I think, I am personally going through right now. It's like, man, you just don't feel everything about what you got going on is just a little bit off of how things have been. And so how do you get it back on track? That's the big question. What's happening, Michael Nass? Good morning, Dina. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you. Step one. The most important thing, and you guys probably get sick of hearing me say the words quiet time, but spend some quiet time and get very, very specific about what you want to do. Very specific about your goals. Write those goals down and be very, very specific. I'm going to tell you guys how I do it. So every single morning when I sit down at my desk, I write in a planner. So the left side has all of my goals and what I'm working on and the structure of my day, from how I do self-development in the morning. Like my morning routine is pretty much on the left side. The right side has my to-do list and then a schedule. And that schedule goes from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And when I am most productive, and again, this is something you're going to have to refocus yourself on, because every person that I know gets off track, gets off their structure. And as you get more disciplined, you will learn to get back to it much, much faster. So write your goals down, be specific about them. And the more often you write them down, the higher the chance is that they're actually going to come to fruition. I'm gonna leave you with this on this topic. Goals are the fuel to your future. That's what I wrote down this morning when I was planning for this. You absolutely cannot win without clear and specific goals that you are 100% committed to. And I'm going to tell you this. You know how you get more committed? You get more committed the more frequently you write them down and commit to them. So this is why people encourage you, including myself, to write your goals down every single morning, even on the weekends. So spend some quiet time and get very specific about your goals. And this is, if you guys just take a couple of minutes this week to do this, it will change everything about where you're at. And I don't care if it's in your personal life, your business life, in a relationship, whatever it is, you can use these steps to refocus yourself in anywhere in your life. Number 2, create as much structure in your life as you can. One of the things that people tell me a lot during this quarantine that we've had is that their schedule is just off, their routine is off. Everything feels like it's just a little bit off, and so rhythm is one of the most important things that you can get in your life. It's an important piece of creating and having momentum, is that rhythm that you get when you have momentum, right? And so when you don't have it, when you don't have momentum and you're trying to create it, having structure in your life, starting with a morning routine, is the most important thing that you can do. So morning routine is one thing. And the other thing that I've been kind of investigating and looking into, and I tried it a couple of times, but it's not a steady thing in my life yet, is an evening routine. Is to literally, in the morning, you want to be, like for me, I end my shower in the morning with a burst of cold water to get me going, get my body kind of at peak state. And in the evenings, you would do the opposite, right? You would be taking a warm shower before bed, and you would do things that kind of relax you so that you get the deepest sleep that you can. So creating as much structure as you possibly can. One of the things that I will tell you about this topic is structure is the very thing that allows some people to thrive during a crisis while others are curling up in a ball and don't know what to do. Structure and discipline are the keys to you being successful during any time. It doesn't matter what comes into your life. If you have structure, you have discipline, you will absolutely be able to create success in your life. Okay. So far we've got spend some quiet time and get very specific about your goals. Make sure you write those down. Number 2, create as much structure as you can. Number 3, this is a big one because any of you're all on social media or you wouldn't be watching this show right now. Interact with the right people. There are a lot of people right now that are a bit negative. There are a lot of people right now that are taking one side of this thing or another, and they're being a little negative about it. It's like, if somebody doesn't agree with you, if they have a different mode of thinking, they're entitled to that. It doesn't mean that you have to argue with that person because they don't have the same view as you. You can have a conversation, you can voice your opinion, but do not get in those groups of people or in those interactions that create negativity in your life. Because if you spend too much time with those people, they will absolutely wear off on you, and they'll get your mind focused on different things, and they will slow down or stop the momentum that you're trying to create. On the flip side, when you are surrounded by the right people, those people will help hold you accountable. They will encourage you. They will, if you share your goals with them, they will naturally help you achieve them. 2 things will happen if you share your goals with the right people. Number 1, it creates instant self-accountability. You will become self-accountable because you never, ever want to look like you failed to the people that you shared your goals with. And at the same time, those people will naturally hold you accountable when you need it, right? And we all need it from time to time. I don't care who you are. All right. So number 4, create check-in points for your progress. So on all of these things, from structure to your discipline to writing down your goals, how your progress is towards those goals, create check-in points for your progress. It's super easy during these times, when everybody's schedules have been a little bit off. It is super, super important for you to create check-in points because it's easy for weeks, days, weeks, multiple weeks to go by without you really checking in on your progress, right? And progress in the business world is numbers. You have to attach your goals to activity or results, right? Activity is results, by the way, but activity and results are the only thing you're measuring. Because if you're just, giving yourself a pass by measuring effort, that is not okay. You have to measure specific things. What am I going to do and how many times am I going to do it? And what is the result that I'm trying to get? And then create check-in points for all of those things. A little note to this one, make sure that you take time to celebrate your progress. Not too much time, but give yourself some credit. These are tough times. So you got to kind of make sure that you're reprogramming yourself. You're not just grinding all the way through it because you'll run out of steam. I promise you, it doesn't work. You have to create check-in points. And when you see progress, you have to take a minute to celebrate that. Just don't take too long and get back on the horse, get back to work. Number 5, last but not least, one of my favorite topics, helping others. You might say, how am I going to create momentum for myself by taking time away from what I'm doing to help other people? I promise you this, helping others will help you. Take time to reconnect with people, guys. One of the exercises that I have done during this couple month period here is literally just pulling up my contact list. I got this from a friend of mine. It was a great idea. He called me out of the blue, and we were just talking. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm just making phone calls to people. I just started going through my contact list, literally from A to Z, and just started reconnecting with people. And I will never forget that. It was at the time during all of this that was a little bit, uncertain. We were not sure about what was going on and how dangerous all of this stuff was. And, how many people weren't going to be here with us. It was a time where everybody kind of had that, unsettled feeling. And he called and just said, how you doing, man? How's Lori? How are the kids? How's everything? How you holding up? And that was it. And this he's a client of mine. So we do business together, but it had nothing to do with business. It was just like a call to check in. And I can assure you this, if you think about the people in your life, there are a lot of them that need that phone call right now. And if they don't need it, they certainly would take it, and it would definitely lift their spirits. People will remember you if you reached out during this time. And helping others, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's those phone calls or helping other people. Maybe you help somebody move. Maybe you do something nice for somebody. Maybe somebody in your neighborhood needs their grass cut, something like that. Just anything. Go and help others. It will help you create momentum in your own life because it will shift your mind. By helping those people, you'll get in a better state of mind, and it will create momentum in your own life. So that's the list, guys. So let me run through it real quick one more time here so you guys have all 5 bullet points fresh. Spend some quiet time and get very specific about your goals. Spend the time to write them down every single day. Do it as an exercise to get started, but do it every single day. Create as much structure as you can in your life. Morning routine. If you guys don't do anything right now, start with morning routine. Wake up at the same time. Go through the same process. Do the same things in the same order every single day. It'll create rhythm in your life, and it'll lead to great things. Number 3, interact with the right people. That means bring closer the right people and push away from the wrong ones, right? Create check-ins for your progress and make sure that you take the time to celebrate. That's an important note there. And last but not least, help others. Make sure that you take the time to reach out and help other people as often as you can. The world needs more of it, and we are the people that can do it. So why not make the choice to do that? And you can do that. You just do something to help one person a day, man. It will change your life in a massive, massive way. So with that said, I appreciate you guys. Tomorrow morning is a big morning here on Morning Perspective. It is episode 150 of Morning Perspective. It is hard to believe that I've sat in front of this camera 150 times and shared my thoughts and shared some of my experiences and hopefully shared some knowledge with you guys that helped you. But it is hard to believe that it's 150 episodes. So I'm working on a couple surprises for you guys, but I would not miss that show tomorrow because we're going to have a good one. And I appreciate you guys being here. A couple people jumped on since I said hello. What's happening, Bob? Mr. Michael Nass, thank you for dropping the YouTube link in there, man. Joe Rangel, what's happening, man? Dylan, Scott, good morning from Ohio, man. What's happening, bro? And Chris, what's happening? And Luke, good morning, guys. Good morning. Chris Filippelli, what's happening, brother? So, any rate, spread the word. I'm going to put a little. I'll put it out today. I'll create a graphic and put out the teaser for tomorrow. But tomorrow is 150 episodes, so let's try to get as many people on here as we can tomorrow morning, and let's set a little record here. See how many people we can get live, and see how many views we can get on that video tomorrow morning. So I'm not much for vanity metrics, but for tomorrow, it's kind of a special episode. So let's see what we can do. So I appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you again tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m., same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. Love you guys.